Okay, so guys, first the main objective of this ESA firewall lab is, okay, so here this is your internal network. Here I have connected the firewall, and this is my ISP router where they are running some routing protocol. They have connected from servers inside. Okay, so I have given some ISP. When I take, if as you know that if we take the any internet connection, they will give some public IP, which I have configured is already here. And this is my ISP router, and this is your internal network. So right now I'm using 550 ASA router. We can see that it has been configured these default configurations as we can see on your screen. So the VLAN 1 and 2 has been already has been configured. Okay, so I'm using the same topology, or else we can use the right from scratch. We'll use the same topology. I'll next thing is what are the things we are going to configure here. First, understand this. First, we can see the topology on your screen. The side I have made some text there. So first connect the topology, then assign the IP address according to the ESA and ISP. So as given in the diagram. Fine. Set inside and outside on the ESA firewall. Okay. Configure DHCP server and DNS IP on the ESS. Fine. So after that, what we have to configure? He asked us to configure the default routing on the ESA firewall. So in ESA firewall, so we are going to configure your uh, default routing. So after that, then configure the OSPF on the ISP router. So in ISP, so we have to configure the OSPF. Okay, it doesn't matter. So I use the this one Google IP. So we can use different IP. Then after OSPF, then the create the object network, enable the NAT on the on EASA. It has to convert it into your network address translations to access your web server, which is running on the ISP sites. You can see, right? So I have given the aroushtech.in. Okay, this is the web server and this is the IP address. Fine, guys. Then create the ACL on the ESA. Then permit this network to access the ISP. This is the objective. Understood the topology?
Yes, Taj.
Yeah. So you are, let me copy this entire thing. So I'll paste it down. So this is the thing. So as you know that it's already, it has been configured. So what I'm going to do, okay, I'll remove the IP address first. Some people are facing trouble to give the IP address for the firewall. First, understand which interface has been connected. If you check the firewall, it has been pre-configured. Even if you connect the new firewall, okay, it has been pre-configured. If you check this one, we can see, right? Can you notice here? VLAN 1. So just now I had taken the new firewall. So 192.168.1.1 for the VLAN 1/24. It has been pre-configured. Okay, we have to remove that and we'll give change a different IP so that we can understand it. Okay. So I'll remove write erase. Let's see. So enable same thing how we are doing for the Cisco router and switches. Same thing command. The slight difference. Enable password. I have not given any password. Just enter. It will take your privilege mode. Then check show IP interface brief. So the command which is here it not doesn't work, right? The command which is I have given it will not work. So how I should give show interface IP brief. So this is the command which is pre-configured already, right? Can you see here? VLAN 1, VLAN 2, this already they have configured this. The default configurations. If you even if you write erase, so write reboot your firewall. At the same time, let me connect one PC and connect your console. We can even you can connect your laptop. Okay, let me connect one laptop here and then connect your console cable. So connecting the console cable. So for every device, even if you take the router, switches, firewall, so there will be one console port or management port. Okay, so console port to access your PCs, and make sure that you should not connect to the fast Ethernet. Otherwise, it will not give the access. It should be connected to RS-232 port. If you click on this, if you go desktop and don't go to command prompt and select the terminal and press OK. So it will take you to your no. It's asking date, time, month, and year. I think let me enter management IP, because he's asking the management. Do you remember like a management IP? I will give 193.168 1. Domain name. Okay. So right now I can able to access the two side, right? I have access from my laptop, even from the router. But usually, so most of the organizations, they will not give access directly to the firewall. They ask us to first, they'll take the permissions, then they'll give the access only for your laptop or PC remotely by using SSH or Telnet. So Telnet, not Telnet, mostly in the SSH. So I'll not use this one right now directly so that I can access my directly router. Same thing, it will sync. Right? Can you notice something here? The moment I enter, so entire thing it will be synced here. Let's check what are the configure is running right now. Can you see? So VLAN 1 and 2 is not configured anything. So show interface IP brief. So now I have removed, right? Nothing is there. Fine. So let's check with this router. Now nothing has been configured, guys. So just let it be label it is as it is so that we can understand this is the IP address. We must use it. And this router, let me check what the configuration is running inside. Show IP interface brief. So it has been configured here IP addresses, show IP route. Okay, so he has not writing anything. So let me give the IP addresses rather than giving this 8.8.8. So we will give some else different IP addresses. Okay, for the best thing is better to write erase and reload your router. Okay, this network, let it be as it is. This is my ISP, which I got from the ISP IP addresses. So this IP address I want to change. Let this IP address I will give. So 10.1.1.1. And this is my 10.1.2/24. So this is my server IP address. Let's check the server what IP address they are given. So we need to change this. So 10.1.1.2. Let me give this as a class. Right. Let it be this class only. 10.1.1.1. Is it correct, guys? Okay. So what is the first thing I should do? First understand. So here I am running 1.0 network. This is and this is your 10 dot network. This is 50 dot network. First, make sure the guys label you should mention this is which network 50.0.0.0 /8. Correct. And what is this network? 10.1.1.0. And this is 192.168 1.0/24. Guys, please sync me because no one is responding. How would I know? Please on your camera first. I want to see because no one is responding because I don't know whether you are available there or not. Just all on your camera. Okay. Diksha, Anjali, they are on the camera. Vaishnavi. Okay. Sharanya, Rahul, using my same background. Okay. Poonam. Where are these guys? Pavitra ji, Sonu, Rukhaya, Aishwarya, Pranav. Okay. Vishnu. Okay. What about other guys? Still like Aishwarya, I think Rukhaya, other guys. They are there or just they have login and they are enjoying work from home. Is it my audible guys?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
But I could see only 9 people here. The video, Jana, because means they are not listening me, right? Just they are logging and they went. Still 14 people has to be on the camera, right? Anyhow, so let's start the session. Okay, so just assign the this thing. Let me assign remove. I think this has nothing is there in this router. Show run. Okay, is a fresh router now. So even let me check the PCs. So it has taken the IP addresses. Okay, we'll configure DHCP so that automatically you should get the IP address right from scratch, guys. I'm doing right from the scratch. Okay, so let's start with first this ISP site, first router. Show IP interface brief. So before giving the IP address, guys, please see still most of the people they are doing mistake by giving the wrong IP address for the wrong interface. So as you can see, ISP router, it has connected for the switch, which is gigabyte 0/1. And for the WAN link, let me write it down this one. So this is your which link? WAN link. And this is your LAN link. Okay, so then let me configure the IP address. So interface gigabyte 0/1. First priority, just give the IP address for your VLANs, guys. Okay, then IP address 10.1.1 255.0.0.0. Okay, give no shut. Okay, interface gigabyte 0/0. IP address 50.1.1.1 255.0.0.0. Okay, so just I have given the IP address for router. Just give the router name. This is my ISP router. Okay, so now what is the first step I should configure here? IP address I have assigned for the ISP router. Right now I am in the ISP router. So as per this thing scenario, what he asked us to do? So he asked us to do, he has configured with the ESA firewall. So we are starting from your ISP routers. Okay. Then he configured the OSPF configuration, right? So let's configure the OSPF. Okay. So router OSPF1 network 10.1.1.0. What could be my wildcard mask? Anybody can help me? Is it correct?
Yes, Taj.
Okay. Then one more network 50.0.0.0 and 0.255.255.255 area 0. Okay. So and show IP route. So right now it is not getting any updates. OSPF update. So router part is done. Okay. So let assign the IP address for the server so that okay, you already assigned the IP address. Fair enough. So now I'm going to enter it to your firewall, guys. So please pay some attention here. So what I'm going to configure here, show run. Same command, what command we are using in the router. Show run command also work here. So as you know that you can see 5505 router, I'm using it. So nothing has been configured, no VLANs and no nothing is there configured, right? So what is the first job I should do? First assign the IP address. Okay. So go to global configuration mode, interface, Ethernet 0/1 is connected to my LAN. Okay, my internal network. You can see topology, right? Can you see that? So this is the E/0, right? So IP address. What is IP address? 192.168.1.1.255.0. Okay. So he's asking something, right? This can be given only for your for the VLAN 1. Correct. Can see, right? VLAN 1. If you type name if to give, this is my inside. This command only applicable for configuration for the VLAN interface. Means so this switch act as a your firewall come switch. It has got the two capabilities, right? So how I should give interface VLAN 1. Okay, name if this is inside, right? Correct, guys. Okay, so now IP address, give this IP address 192.168.1.1. Okay, give the no shut. You understood, Kat, what I did now?
Created
As you
VLAN,
know
no?
that, okay, no, I have not created the VLAN. The VLAN is already exists. Show switch VLAN. See, please notice here. This is the VLAN already exists. That's the reason I already showed these VLANs.
Okay, you
These
give IP
VLAN,
address to VLAN.
yes, for the VLAN interface. As you know that we can give the IP address for the when the port is in the layer 2 switch mode. Right now, these ports are working as your layer 2 ports. As you know, layer 2 ports we cannot give the IP address. Fine. For the VLAN 1, okay, which I said you are the inside. Okay, I have connected 0/1. You can see topology, right? Ethernet 0/1, which is connected to my VLAN. Is it clear? Same thing, Ethernet 0/0. Okay. So I am going to connect for this is the outside. The moment I have given, can you notice here? By default, it is set to 100. Or else manually we can give it. Security level, you can give the question mark. So these are the levels which is available on your switch. Okay, I will give the 100. Means it is a secure one. Understood, guys? Okay. So I'll make it. This is my security level because this is my internal network. My which is connected my internal network. Fine. So let's start with what next I should do. Interface VLAN 2. Correct, guys? Can you sync me?
Raj, listen. Uh,
Huh.
there are like, in VLAN 1, there are like other than Ethernet 0/1, there are other VLANs also connected, right? Like you can see, I mean, other Ethernets also connected.
Mm.
So all those ports are already pre-assigned to VLAN 1.
Yes, we can see, right? That's the reason
Okay.
I showed to you.
Okay.
We
Okay.
can
So
see, we can see the in the topology. Okay, let me remove this. Show switch VLAN. See here. This is belongs to the VLAN 2, right? So we remember that the way they have given only one port, okay, that is 0/0, okay, which is one port has been assigned for the VLAN 2. Means you should know that only VLAN that Ethernet 0/0 should be connected for the ISP sites. Understood or no? The reason why they have given like this, okay, but this switch, this firewall, okay. So if you talk about the latest firewall, okay, so you can customize as per your requirement. So as per this 5505 ESA firewall, so Ethernet 0/0, which is connected, which you must connect only for the outside network, which is connected for the ISP sites. So that is the reason why I have connected Ethernet 0/0 outside. Then I should tell them you are the outside. Correct. Give the IP address and tell you are the outside. Can you do it now? Interface VLAN 2. Okay. And give the IP address. What is the IP address? 50.1.1.2 255.0.0.0. Okay. Name if. Okay. You are outside. Okay. So as we can see, the moment I have given by default, it is considered as set to 0 by default. Means it is not a secure which one, because your traffic is moving outside, right? Your traffic is moving from this to this. How means suppose if you take let me take, when traffic is generating from this side, this is my internal network, right? Let me fill with some color. This is my network. When traffic is generating to access this ISP router, okay, you can able to see my cursor, guys. Okay, what it does, so the network which is going out is not secure. That's the reason firewalls will come into picture. Then we have to apply some policies, some restriction and filtering of your traffic. That we are going to do it. We are allowing your traffic to access your web server. The main objective of this lab is, okay, this network should be able to access the web server which is running on the ISP sites. We are allowing your internal company organization. Okay. Imagine this is your entity network traffic. So which is generating to access the web server. That I am going to do it. Okay. So security level. Okay. By default, make it to 0. Means it is not secure. When you try to ping, okay, it's not going to ping it. Right? It not ping. Okay. So just we assign the IP addresses. Okay. Then what else? Let me check now. Show interface IP brief. Don't get confused, guys. Here we should give the show interface IP brief rather than like in the router how we used to give show IP interface brief. Just when you have to remember that we should not give the any IP address whenever you give the command. Just direct commands. And one more thing is when you are in global configuration mode, okay, no need to give the do command, so we can use directly. That is one good advantage, right? Okay, so let's start some other part of section. So what else he asked us to do now? So he asked us to do next thing is uh, configure the DHCP configuration. I think yesterday we did, right? Can you remember?
Yes, Taj. But
Okay, so right now there's no DHCP is running. If you type show run, so it's not running any DHCP. Just we configured what? Just two things we are configured. Assign the IP addresses for the VLAN, and yes, we assign you are inside, you are outside. That's it, right? So DHCP has been not configured. So how to configure DHCP? You will help me. Go to global configuration mode. Okay, DHCP, give the question mark. There is a very good advantage, right? When you give the question mark, so it will give the command, right? So I think command also already in the topology have given. I think DHCP, this guy has been configured. We can see DHCP address. She has start from where to where you want to give, right? So 10 to 20 inside, right? We'll give that something else. Okay, address. And he asked us to give the IP address. I will start to 192.168. One dot. I'll start from 100 to 192.168. 1 dot 100 to 110. Okay, to whom we are giving, per to whom, inside network. The firewall can understand this DHCP automated like dynamic host configuration protocol, to whom we are going to give this IP address range from 100 to 110, means 10 IP addresses automatically. Whenever PC requested for any IP address from the firewall, okay, it has to deliver only between 100 to 110. Okay, if you give the question mark here, to whom you want to give, okay, inside, correct? Then DSCP, if you want to DNS server also, if you want, we can give. So here DNS server, what DNS server IP address, give this 10.1.1.2. Fine. Then give the question mark interface inside. Means our DNS I have given this IP address, guys, because you can see topology right 10.1.1.2. Okay, that is the inside. Fine. So anything else we're raising? DHCP enable inside. So this command yesterday I had not we have missed, right, in the office. So let's check now. DHCP must work now. So successfully, right? It has started from 100. I would notice, guys. Please tell me yes or no
Yes,
on your
yes,
mic, and
Raj.
please tell me, because I am feeling like I'm teaching to myself. I should feel some this thing, right? Online training. Okay. So then this PC. Okay. So I'm getting this. DHCP. Under 10. Okay. 102.
Taj, I have a doubt
Yes, tell me.
that in that firewall you gave DNS the IP of the server, right? 10.1.2.
Yes, yes.
What if we have multiple networks with multiple servers?
We have to give that. See, DNS. What is DNS? Okay, we are going to access the web server. The web server. What is DNS? Web server IP address we must give. By default 8.8.8. Why you are giving? That is a Google has given open IP address so that any people they can use for their testing. But our web server IP address is 10.1.1.2. What I have given. You can give any IP address. Even you can give any IP address. No problem. Understood, Vishnu, right? This question asked.
Yes, yes. Yeah, got it.
Okay. And let me change this IP address. Otherwise, you'll get confused. 1.1. I think this is 101. Let it be. This two IP address we got it. 101. Yes. There's no space to write this label for these switches. Okay. So now DHCP is done. So what else he asked us to do now? Now he asked us to configure your uh, default routing. Okay, right? Default routing. So how to configure default routing, guys, on the firewall?
Route outside.
Okay. No IP route. As I told you, right? No IP. If you give the command, right? So incomplete command is giving some different something else. It will understand some different directly route. Okay. Give the question mark. Okay. To whom you want to give inside network. Okay. Then network, any mask. Okay. Now what we should do now? Go via 50.1.1.1. Correct? You can see right topology. So we can see here, I have given 50.1.1. This is the next hop. Okay, so one more thing you should understand here. So distance metric for this route default is 1. Okay, so which we are not doing in the router, right? In the router and layer 3 switches while we are doing the default routing. So we are not giving 1, right? Do you remember? We are giving this one?
No, you're not giving.
No. Okay, so even if you press enter, also it will accept. Okay, so 1 is we must give the 1. Okay, here. So then only it will route the traffic. Okay, so let me check now. Show IP route. It not work. Show route directly. So now default routing has been configured, right? So now if you ping, let me check the ping, which is not supposed to ping. Ping. Let me check to my web server 10.1.1.1.2. I think. Yes, it's 2. Okay, so it's not getting ping. So why it's not pinging web server? Because both side I have configured this side OSPF and this firewall I have configured the default routing. So if received 0, lost 4. So what we should do now? So we should configure your network address translations, okay, so that they can access your external ISP, right? Then we have to permit them. We can't access, guys. If you want to check, like I will check, I'll show you this thing. If you ping, let me ping for the gateway 50.1.1.1. Okay, so it's not getting ping. So what we should do first, what we should configure, guys? We should configure NAT. Can you see the commands here? First, understand the command, then you can do it. See, create the object network. We can give the network name. Okay, then subnet, like which network you are going to allow. Okay, that is 1.0. We can give NAT inside outside dynamic interface. Right. This is the very simple command. Compared to the router, the configuration of the NAT is very simple right here. Understood, guys? So go to global configuration mode. Okay. Let me give the NAT. I think directly you can give. We have to create the object first. Okay. Let me create the object first.
Taj, why are we creating an object?
Hmm?
Why are we creating an object network in this?
If you have to tell them the range, like which network, which host, which subnet, and range. Three things. See, what we are going to do. So what is a NAT? Okay. So NAT is going to convert your private IP address to public IP address, right? So now in my topology, I have got only one IP address which should be converted this all IP addresses to. They will take this IP address, then firewall will forward this all traffic to access your ISP network, right? So now we have to create the object. So here object, because configuration of NAT in the router is different. Okay, and technology and concept are same. The service, the NAT configuration does the same job. Okay, what you are doing in the firewall router, in even the layer 3 switches, even in the your Palo Alto firewall or checkpoint firewall, same concept. No, same concept. But
Taj,
giving the command, yeah,
so first, before creating natting or patting or ACL in a firewall, we need to create an object. It is in
yes, we have to create
even
the
for
object.
ACL, we need to create object.
Yes, we can
Okay.
see LAN, like which network we can give. We have that's the reason I have given the name. Can you remember?
Okay, I got it.
Entity network. To
Hmm.
recognize, then only if you in the while doing the this one troubleshooting.
Okay.
Okay, so what we'll do means like we should know which network you are doing the natting. That's the reason I told you always whenever you do the technical documentations, please give the labeling properly so that I can understand.
So you
Okay,
create
this
an
is my
object so that
entity. Hmm?
no, you create an object just to make sure that firewall also acts like a router, and you give the default IP address so that it can be transferred between the other routers.
Yes.
Okay.
First, what I am doing, internal network. Okay, I am just configuring the default routing. Okay, so that they can access to any network. But router, your firewall, what service it does is not going to allow you to access your outside network, that is ISP. Okay, for
Okay.
that the reason we are doing NAT and ACL. First, create the NAT, convert this private IP address for your entity network inside, convert to this public IP. This is public IP, right? 50.1.1.1.
Correct.
Right. So this create object entity have given, give the question mark. So now he's asking NAT. So if you give the question mark, what you are going to open the parenthesis, then give the question mark, it's asking inside, then comma outside, inside to outside, right?
Ah,
Inside to outside means from inside network, we are going to access to outside part. So which one are going to configure? So you're going to configure your dynamic because we have only one IP address, right?
hmm.
First, remember that, guys. Static or dynamic. So which one I should configure here?
Dynamic.
Dynamic. See, if you go and check, this guy also configured with the dynamic interface. Okay, what if I do static? Who will answer this? Let me check whether you are on, how many people are live there. So when I check things, then only on your cameras, guys. Okay. Srisha, I think Shisha Rao, I think he's there.
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Man, on your camera, man, I want to see you.
Sir, I have turned on the camera.
No, man.
Blank ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ?
But turn your lights on.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ.
One
Taj.
second.
Srisha, you're sitting in the dark room.
No, sir. There is some glitch, sir. One second.
Okay. What about other guys? There are many people, I think, still like Anjali, Pavitra, Rukhaya. I think, what about other guys? Let me check.
I'm there, Taj. I'm there.
Okay. You're following, right?
Yes, I'm following.
Mm-hmm. You're following, right?
Yes, Taj. Taj,
Okay.
you told dynamic and static, no?
Mm.
Will be using
Mm.
while giving the NAT. How do we know what to use?
First, understand. It's a very good question. First, understand when to use dynamic, when to use the static. So dynamic are used, okay, when you have the one IP address, then you have the bunch of IP address inside your organization, right? So dynamic NAT, it will take any one of the PC can access at one time simultaneously at the same time. If you got, as per this scenario, okay, if these two people the same time they want to access the internet, they can't in
When
dynamic NAT.
in dynamic, only one thing can use internet at once.
Yes, same thing for static also.
Okay.
But in dynamic, what it does means if this guy has done his communication, then this guy can go
Okay. But
one by one. In
parallelly
static, parallelity not possible. In
for anything.
static NAT. In static NAT, parallelly at the same time, it's not possible to access your ISP router. So whereas in static routing, one to one, if this guy has been configured to access into only this guy can access the internet, not all these guys. If you check, see, if you check this IP address which I pinged here, okay, if you configure with static NAT, only this guy, this PC can able to access it. Whereas dynamic NAT, so once this communication has been done, okay, then this guy can able to access. Understood?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the reason we should type the dynamic with the question mark interface, dynamic interface. Fine. Policy, NAT policy is not downloaded. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay. Okay, so NAT configuration has been done from our side. So what is we should do now? We should allow them this traffic, right? Can you see the command? We should allow what kind of traffic? TCP and ICMP, right? TCP and ICMP traffic. So let's do that. Okay. So access list. Okay. Word for identifier. So I will give NTT. Okay. What kind of access list you are going to configure here? Can you see? So I'm going to configure your extended. Okay. Permit TCP any. Like if you want to check extended, why extended? Because in the standard only whether you can block or deny the PC or entire network, right? So here I don't want to block. I want to permit specific services like TCP or ICMP so that they can ping, right? So permit TCP any. Then access list, one more right, access list entity extended permit ICMP any. Okay, so this is what the configuration of your ACL. Then again, I think still we have to apply for the interface, right? Correct. So how to go to global configuration mode, access group, okay, entity, give the question mark. It will ask you whether it is for input traffic or output traffic. It is a input traffic. Traffic, which interface? Interface is your outside, means this is for the outside, which is going out. Following guys, which is going out of the traffic, guys. Which is going out to access this one, we should give, which is going out outside. So we have
Access
done the
group is
configuration.
a separate command which we haven't done in anything else, no?
Yes, we are not
What-
done because how in NAT how we are doing first creating the NAT and apply to the interface, right?
Here you create ACL and then you give the access group.
Access group. So here access group, okay, access group name, that is name, right?
Hmm.
Name what we have created entity, that is your inbound, like how we are doing in router, right? Inbound. Here also same. For interface, which one? Outside means we are from how they are going by outside interface, right?
Okay.
So let me check once again now. Okay. So anything you are missing? It's not pinging. So show. Right. So this is your IP address we have assigned. We have created the object. Okay. Default routing, access list. We apply the interface and DHCP also configured. Right. So as per the scenario, we have done with these things. So let me check ping from your neighbor. 50.1.1.1, then 10.1.1.1. Show interface IP brief, check the IP addresses. Oh man, what is the mistake? Who will tell this?
Ethernet 00 doesn't have a IP address assigned.
Yes. Is it correct? But we have gained the IP address here, right? This is my
Sir, the
1.1.
routing was not proper.
See, this
The routing
interface.
part, I think you have given inside. Actually,
If
it
you
should be
type,
outside, right?
so switch VLAN. Let's check here. See, right now E0/0 is outside. Correct? 0/0 is outside. There is a VLAN 2. VLAN 2, we have assigned the IP address. correct? And for the VLAN 1, we have assigned the IP address for 1.1. This is my VLAN 1, E/0. You can see, right? You can see this is my VLAN 10. Even if you try to give the IP address, say even gigabytes ether channel 0/0 IP address T.1.1.2, this command can only be configured on the VLAN interface. You can pinging, right? It is pinging 50.1.1.1 is pinging, means this interface you can able to ping it. Check with the router, show IP route 50.1.1.2. From this are also they can able to, because it is directly connected, no issues, right? And check show route, it has been configured with default routing. It's showing this network has been connected for the VLAN 1 and this network has been connected for the VLAN 2, right?
C means connected and
Yes, C means directly connected.
Raj, I have one doubt.
Hmm.
So while you are giving that routing part, right?
Okay.
You gave route inside, right? Should
Mhm.
actually be outside, right? Route outside.
Where in the firewall? Let me check. Show
Yeah, sir.
run.
You did dynamic routing, right, Taj? That should be
Default
outside.
routing. This one.
This should be actually inside, outside.
This should be outside.
Uh,
Are you sure?
yeah,
In that command, it's written like that only in that topology.
Actually, we have to give the destination, right? Where we are routing outside. We are routing the packets outside, right?
See, default routing was any network. Okay, any network, any mask. Right. So it should reach to the other network to communicate. Right. You should able to communicate to other one. You not going to change this one. So no.
Yes, sir. Just give it a route outside.
Hmm?
Just give route outside. Then everything same.
Outside. Now it has to ping.
I think it has to
Oh.
ping now.
10.1.1.1. Correct.
It's ping.
Okay. What about this one? My web server. It's pinging, right? It's allowing the ICMP packet, right? Is it clear, guys? Is it allowing your ICMP packet?
first, but
What
before
about
when you had done, when you had given inside, was it not pinging the
it?
server?
Because yeah, so this is the mistake what I did. Okay, what Sonu said is very good. I appreciate Sonu.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Means that shows that you are following me. Let me see Sonu. Where is Sonu? I want to see Sonu. On your
Sir,
camera,
I have
Sonu.
bad network, sir. That's why I am not turning on my camera.
Okay. Are you sure where you are sitting? Okay. Now you can able to ping, right? Let me check with this PC. Let me. This should ping. So why it's not pinging? Check the IP address. What IP address he has got? 192.1.1. And what about this VLAN? Show switch VLAN. Show interface IP. VLAN 1. Okay. Ping to gateway. So 192.168. Thing 1.1. The gateway is reaching, right? To the gateway, it is going to reach. Is it we have to make some this trunk link guys? You have to allow them. You have the access for the VLAN. Can able to reach it, right? Check with this PC. So ping 192.168.1.1. If possible, you can give this command also, because for this switch, okay, we have to make switch port access VLAN. Right? If you want, you can give it. So interface VLAN 1, okay, switch port. I think it will work this command. VLAN 1. I don't know. I think this is old firewall. It's not working. Switch port command also not working. Okay, no issues. Let's see. My mouse has been fall down, guys. So up to here, you understood, right, guys? We have the reachability to this all network, right? From here to here. From here, you can able to ping from your, I think 10.1.1.1. Okay, we have the reachability, right? So here, after giving the IP address, so make sure that when you tell you are inside and outside and exit 0. So what we had to make, let me give some other command. Who will have this idea to solve this? Why this guy is not pinging when this router can reach to this interface, right? Even it can reach to this interface also, right? 10.1.1. I think 2. So it can able to reach it, right? If this firewall can communicate to this server, okay, and why this PC cannot communicate to them? Why? I think switching you have forgot completely, man. So what we have to do, interface, go to this interface, okay?
Raj,
Yeah.
since that
It's
is a
okay.
switch and it is connected to another, I mean, firewall, which again accesses switch 5505 accesses switch. So we need to trunk between those switches. Is that why?
No need for trunking. Trunking not required. No need. Okay. So what we have to do, you are near to the answer. Okay. So what we have to do, we have to tell them this link, you are the switch port. for the VLAN 1. Correct? That's it, nothing else. How we have to make it? Go to interface Ethernet, Ethernet 0/1. So now is working. Can you see? Switch port,
mode access.
access, VLAN. This is which VLAN? 1 or 2?
All. We can give all, no?
No, all. Why? No, all.
It can access everything, so.
No. So
But
this is
VLAN 1.
VLAN 1 or this is VLAN 1, right?
Yes.
Before giving this command, make sure we have to check. Okay, show switch VLAN. Okay, inside is 0/1. This is VLAN 1, right? We have to carefully give this command. Where is this command? Okay, switch port, access, VLAN 1, right? Then give no shutdown command is not required. So now it will ping.
It should ping.
It should ping, right? Let me check. Oh, it's pinging, man. I think not. We will check for other PC now. So 10.1.1.1. So why is not pinging, guys? Let me check
Sir,
with
while
this PC.
configuring dynamic net, you got some error, right?
Mm-hmm. While configuring dynamic net, I got some error, right? Let me
Yes,
check
sir.
that one. Let me. Mhm. Show run. This is the ACL. Oh, NAT. Where is NAT? ACL is configured DHCP. Oh, NAT has been not accepted, right?
Sir, you at the last when you're giving last command, you got an error.
For NATing.
Yes, sir.
Let me check. Object network. I will give same thing. NAT inside to outside. Then dynamic. Okay, dynamic interface. That's it, no? This is what we have given.
Sir,
Empty
you haven't
object
given that
group detected.
interface, sir.
I don't think so. Interface we should give. See, the error is empty object detected. NAT policy is not downloaded.
You should give that subnet mask and network.
Let me check the commands. Very good, Diksha. You are very good. Okay. So see, just we have created the NAT and just we are doing inside and outside dynamic interface. That's it. So we should know like which network you are going to translate. Boys, where are you, boys? Girls is helping me. Okay. Subnet, right? We should give the IP address range, right? 192.168.1.1. We'll start from 1.1 to enter
Sir, we
the
should give
range.
the network. No, sir, here.
I don't think so. Let me check. Here we should give the only subnets, right? As he has given, right?
1.0 no sir. 192.168.
Hmm?
Network no sir here.
But here is we should not go like this. We should give the subnets. Subnets 192.168 1.1 to how he has given from which range. We have to give just network and 255. So now we have to give that NAT inside and outside. Okay, then this is dynamic interface. So now we are not getting error. Can you see? Right? Guys, you're following me or just all bouncing?
Following touch. In router, we just gave the, what is that called? We just did the network. We assigned the network and we gave the routing. That's all, no? On router.
That's just nothing.
No other command.
Just we assign the just IP address, then OSPF.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so now let me check again. So now it's pinging. Can you see? Now check to the web server. I can able to reach the ping. Correct, guys. Can you see? Previously, I was not able to ping. Every time, previous time, the first I ping to the same guy. This is getting timeout. So now it is pinging. If you ping continuously, now check the how to check the translation. Okay, show NAT. Okay, so in router, how we are checking the translation? Show IP NAT. Right. So here is not like that. So here we should type show NAT. That's it. Nothing else. So see, we can see translation hit 8. So untranslated hit 8 means it has getting the translation. That is 2 has been matched. So this is the your ICMP has been allowed to translate. It is getting translated. Now check with this PC, which I think we got the IP address. Yeah. So ping to my server 10.1.1.2. Yeah, so I can able to reach. So now check for the web browser 10.1.1.2. Yes, I have the reachability. Understood, guys? This is the basic lab. I know because until unless you do the hands-on, you can do it. Right. So I know because sometimes we also do the mistake. You can see that I am also doing some mistakes. Right. So don't worry. So once and twice if you practice, you can be able to do this lab.